Hi Leo, my ascendant brothers and sisters. Welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Leo, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they're general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody. That is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. And they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, for your key to the week, you have... I don't know why I'm singing like a moron. You've got the Hermit card. Okay, so it's likely to be a little bit more of a quiet and subdued week for a lot of you, which makes sense. I myself am in the middle of completing and fulfilling all of the readings for the year ahead, the personal year ahead readings that everybody booked. So that makes sense for me. But what this really speaks to is you withdrawing. Remember, if you've been with me long enough, you'll have heard me say this. When the Hermit shows up, the High Priestess has a message for you. So your intuition this week is trying to speak to you, is trying to share something with you. In order for you to hear that message, you're going to have to make yourself and your life and your lifescape quiet enough for you to hear. All right, so... in all of these different sectors of your life as well, the chances are that you will be embarking on a quest for knowledge in some regard. That's the Hermit in a nutshell. So you've got the Page of Wands as your actions and options card, right? So there is a lot of creative energy in that card, and the fact that it shows up as your actions and options, for a lot of you, this might be a week where you do feel those creative juices flowing and stirring. And so it's almost like you're pulling away from the world this week because you've got all of these ideas that are suddenly bubbling up and they're suddenly pop. And you're like, okay, this is awesome. Now you start to build it, right? You start to actually make it. You start to turn it. You start to take the idea that you've had and you start to build it and turn it into something real or something tangible. In terms of the options that are available to you, interestingly enough, even though you're doing your Hermit dance this week, you have a chance to have a lot of fun this week. Like a hell of a lot of fun, which I think is absolutely brilliant. So I'm here for it, right? Get into it. This could be really, really wonderful. Another way that this might show up is an idea that you've already had. You now actually start working on it, or you take it off the back burner, so to speak. For your for your communications and conversations, you've got the High Priestess. So there she is. These two are a match in a few ways, right? And one of them is the Hermit is the emissary of the High Priestess, right? He shows up when she's got a message for you. And here she is, right? In the communication sector, which tells us two things. One, this week there is going to be a secret revealed to you. Some piece of information that is divulged to you is not for common knowledge or for everybody. It's also, because it's the High Priestess, this is your own intuition really speaking volumes. And this week you might feel like not sharing or speaking up about either the things that you're working on or connecting with people. This is actually a week for the Leos to sit back and observe. This is not a week to speak, right? It's speak ye little, listen much. When it comes to and that message has come up a lot for Leos recently, or at least twice. For those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this is you really putting your foot to the like the pedal to the metal when it comes to, really getting into your craft, learning what you're learning, you're digesting information, you're doing a lot of things behind the scenes that nobody's even aware of, which is great. When it comes to those of you that are employed by somebody else, I don't think it's so much that you're taking time out of your work day. I think it's more a case of saying, yes, I'm employed, I'm going to show up, I'm going to do my job the same way that I always do, but actually I'm going to start focusing on my own thing as well, because this is where I really want to be. When it comes to those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, your next round of ideas or bout of creative energy is about to hit, and you're going to start working on it behind the scenes. And also, trust your hunches and your nudges this week, because those insights that you get are going to be powerful. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, this week, I think for a lot of you guys, you might be the ones that are divulging something. This might be a secret that you are kind of now putting out into the world to say, okay, I feel like I'm ready to share this now. I feel like I'm ready to say something about how I feel about A, B, and C. For your love and relations, you've got the Six of Swords. So before we get into that, remember your Astro Tarot, your Astro Tarot scopes are up and out there for your purchasing pleasure. You can get those on the link in the description box below. And your New Year, New Frequency. There is nothing like this out there. Trust me, I know, because I created it from start to finish. I'm so proud of it. And trust me, 2024 is going to be a very interesting year. It's a universal 8-year. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you check it out. You want to see it, all right? Because it's going to answer a lot of questions, and the New Year, New Frequency will really help you get the most out of next year. So you got the Six of Swords, right? This is things in relationships in general improving. For some of you, you might realize that something is too far gone, right? So for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this could be some kind of information that's divulged to you. Maybe it's a secret that a loved one shares with you, with a partner, or etc. You know, and this information, I think, for a lot of you is going to go a long way to healing something, and for others, it's going to help you make a decision about moving forward and moving on. For those of you that are single and looking, it's not necessarily a week for love, to be honest with you. I don't think you're focused there this week. It's like you're so focused on the other things that you've got or want in your life that you're more sort of focused in that direction. For your money and materials, you've got the Star card. Love that, right? Look at that. That's great for your money. And it does suggest a gift of some kind, a financial gift of some sort. So this is, you know, maybe somebody gives you a financial gift, maybe someone gives you something that helps you make more money, or gives you an insight of some sort that helps you improve your finances. Love that. And with the Hermit card and the High Priestess, it's like your own intuitive faculty is leading you towards ideas and manifestations that could naturally enhance your financial future. Remember, this is also a tech card, so I am going to say, if you're thinking about purchasing any tech this week, I would wait until the following week. One, because Mercury goes retrograde. And two, because if you buy tech during a Mercury retrograde, buy something secondhand. You're likely to get a really good deal, and you're also likely buying brand new tech under a Mercury retrograde. Just don't do it. All right. Now, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is your nervous system. And I actually think a lot of you are doing something this week that's going to help you really regulate that. So maybe some of you start breath work, maybe some of you start meditation, maybe some of you start like a mindfulness practice. There's something here. Maybe you're taking the New Year, New Frequency. I mean, this would definitely help. And then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, there's a lot of talk about the future this week. A lot of talk about the future, where you're going to be, where you're living now, how long you're going to be there. Lots of big conversations and big considerations around this. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.